Okay, welcome to a new video of mine. I know, sorry, things haven't been too active so far on the Miss Lo's Moon channel this year. We're in March now, in 2017, you know, we have been focusing on the podcast side of things in terms of our YouTube channel and our creative activity. But me and Deekle, we will bring you some other videos, including some solo videos with me, which talk about Doctor Who. Obviously, we will have some Season 10 theme videos coming soon, I suppose, for you, which should be very good for you, including like episode reviews, previews and stuff like that, which you can also see on the podcast. But today, I am going to be focusing on giving you a review of this box set here, the Space Museum and the Chase box set. And I'm going to be reviewing both episodes, as there are a lot of episodes I've been watching recently that I haven't had a chance to review. So I would like to fit in two in one go, as they're in the same box set. As it's the first story in this box set, I want to start with the Space Museum. Now, this is written by Glyn Jones and starring William Hartnell. Also starring William Russell, Jacqueline Hill and Maureen O'Brien as Barbara, Ian and Vicky. It's produced by Verity Lambert and directed by Mervyn Pickfield. So, the description on here said, the TARDIS lands on the planet Zeros, where a vast museum houses a collection of relics from the galactic conquest of the mighty Morok Empire. Whilst they are exploring, the Doctor and his companions make a disturbing discovery. Their future selves are preserved in the museum as exhibits in a display case. Now the time travellers face a terrible dilemma. How can they escape their fate when every decision they make could be taking them a step closer to their doom? So, this story I find definitely in part one. I think part one is really strong with this story. It's very different. Apart from non-talking roles, the Doctor and his crew are the only proper people in the episode. I think it's a very clever concept, and I think episode 1 is brilliant, and actually episode 4 is actually good again, so it picks up the pace. Episodes 2 and 3 I find, although there are still bits of action and stuff, can be a bit boring and samey, so it is a bit similar in parts 2 and 3 after a strong premise, which I thought was really good because it presented a sort of different idea to us. But this episode sort of turned back to a sort of normal episode. I mean, it was really unique, and then it wasn't in parts 2 and 3. Then I really enjoyed parts 4. Obviously it's William Hartnell, and William Hartnell is brilliant because of his mannerisms, and he's great because of that in this. I think Barbara, Ian and even Vicky are quite strong companions. Vicky is one of the lesser known companions, I think, in the history of the TARDIS team. But in this case, I think in both of these stories, Vicky, played by Maureen O'Brien, is presented as, you know, a clever companion and is stronger than, say, Susan. But Ian and Barbara obviously are more famous companions because they were the reason, basically, how they got into the story of Doctor Who. And yet again, William Hartnell and Jacqueline Hill are brilliant playing Ian and Barbara. So the Space Museum is really good. I really loved episode 1. Didn't love episodes 2 and 3 as much, but episode 4 was almost as good as episode 1. Now I move on to the second DVD in the box set, The Chase. So The Chase is written by Terry Nation and starring William Hartnell again. It's produced by Verity Lambert and directed by Richard Martin. When the Doctor and his companions discover that a group of time-travelling Daleks have orders to exterminate them, a dangerous chase across time and space follows. To escape the Daleks, the TARDIS must travel from the desert planet Ardius to the top of the Empire State Building on Earth, and from a mysterious sailing ship to a haunted house. There is an even greater danger waiting for the time travellers when they reach the planet Mechanus. I think this is a little bit of an improvement on the Space Museum. I mean, as a whole story, I think it can be quite weak. But what I find about The Chase, it's a very, very entertaining story. Not as good as the previous 2 Dalek stories, which were the Daleks and Dalek Invasion of Earth, which were both brilliant episodes. And not as good as, say, Power of the Daleks or Genesis, which came later on in the classic series. And possibly one of the weaker episodes of the Daleks in the classic series. But, however, I do find it is a very, very entertaining story. When I watched this most recently, so unlike the Space Museum, this was my second time watching it. The Chase is very entertaining, and I was feeling ill whilst I watched it, and it really perked me up. So I did get really entertained by it. And it's a good story. I think there's so much going on for it, so it's a quick paced story. And you know, it shows what Doctor Who was trying to be, a family programme, and is one of the strongest displays of it being a family show. Basically, we go all around the place. We go to the Empire State Building, we go to the Mary Celeste, we go to a haunted house, we meet the Mechanoids and Stephen Taylor, played by Peter Purvis, and his mascot Hi-Fi. And we go to the desert planet of Arridus and meet loads of different creatures there. I think it's like Keys of Marinus, basically. It goes to so many places in 6 parts, and it's fantastic because of that. The pace is great, and it doesn't feel that rushed as a story. It's just not a pure classic, but it's enjoyable to watch, and I enjoyed it, but it's not necessarily one of Doctor Who's greatest attempts, or Terry Nation's greatest attempts, but it works at what it was meant to be. Thank you for listening today, for my review of this lot. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel now at Mr. Lewis Moon. Click the subscribe button, please. Comment if you would like to say anything. Please like any videos. We'll be back soon for more reviews, more season 10 stuff, and more Doctor Who and other programme stuff soon. You can also check out our Doctor Who Time and Space over at YouTube, or Podomatic, Doctor Who Time and Space. Thank you for listening. I've been Lewis Moon. I'll see you next time, same space. Goodbye.